Hello friends, welcome to today's lesson. In today's lesson, we'll be learning how to solve quadratic equations using the formula method. If you are new to this channel, please like, subscribe, press the bell icon so you can be notified automatically whenever a new video is released. The following are the methods used in solving quadratic equations. We have factorization method, formula method, completing the square method, and graphical method. Sometimes you are at liberty to use any of these methods, while at some other time, the method to be used is specified. Hence the reason why you need to understand how to solve quadratic equations using any of these methods. In order to solve quadratic equations using the formula method, you use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is given as x equals to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, where a, b, and c are the coefficients of the quadratic equation when written in standard form. The standard form of a quadratic equation is given as ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. Let's take, for example, we are to solve the quadratic equation which is given as x squared minus 4x minus 5 equals to 0. The first thing you'll have to do is to make comparison of this equation with the standard form. By comparing this equation with the standard form, we'll realize that the coefficient, which is a in the standard form, is the invisible 1, which is in front of x squared. And the coefficient of x, which is b, is the minus 4, which we have in our equation. And c is minus 5. So by making this comparison, we can therefore say that from the equation, a is equals to 1, b is equals to minus 4, and c is equals to minus 5. By writing out the quadratic formula, we'll impute the values of our a, b, and c. So our b is minus 4. We have also written minus 4 here, as a is 1 and as c is minus 5. Taking a step further, we'll multiply the minus times minus sign to give us a plus sign, which is the invisible plus sign which has been written, which is not written in front of 4. The plus or minus sign is the sign we've written here. Minus 4 squared simply means minus 4 times minus 4. The minus will multiply to give you an invisible plus. 4 times 4 will give you 16. Then minus times minus will give you plus. 4 times 1 will give you 4. 4 times 5 would give you 20. Taking a step further, x will be equals to 4 plus or minus 16 plus 20 will leave us with 36 divided by 2. Taking a step further, we realize that the square root of 36 is 6. So x is equals to 4 plus or minus 6 divided by 2. The next step will be to separate this plus and this minus sign. In other words, we are going to divide this equation into two parts, whereby the first part will have the positive sign and the second part will have the negative sign. So x is equals to 4 plus 6 over 2. In this case, we have used the positive sign and we will use the negative sign for the second equation. So this equation here has been split into two equal halves, separating the positive and the negative signs. So taking a step further, x is equals to 4 plus 6, which is leaving us with 10, or x is equals to 4 minus 6, which is minus 2 divided by 2. So when we divide 10 by 2, we'll have 5, and we'll divide minus 2 by 2, we'll have minus 1. So x is equals to 5 or minus 1. So these are the solution of the equation. Taking another example, if we are to solve 5x squared plus 9x minus 2 equals to 0, the first thing we'll have to do is to compare with our standard form. So we realize that a is equals to 5, b is equals to 9, and c is equals to minus 2. So by writing now the quadratic formula, the next step is to impute the values of our a, b, and c. By imputing the values of our b, a, and c, we would have minus 9 plus or minus square root of 9 squared minus 4 times 5 times minus 2 divided by 2 times 5. So multiplying 9 squared, we'll have 81, and we'll multiply minus and minus sign, will have a plus. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 2 will leave us with 40. Taking a step further, minus 9 plus or minus square root of 81 plus 40 is 121. So taking a step further, we have minus 9 plus or minus the square root of 121 is 11. So the next step is to split this equation into two equal halves, with the first half having the positive sign and the second half having a negative sign. So x is equals to minus 9 plus 11 over 10, or x is equals to minus 9 minus 11 over 10. So x is equals to minus 9 plus 11 will leave us with 2. And when you divide 2 by 10, when you divide 2 by 2, we have a 1. When you divide 10 by 2, you'll have a 1. So in simplest form, x is equals to 1 over 5, or minus 9 minus 11 will give us minus 20 divided by 10. When you divide 20 by 10, you'll have minus 2. These are the solutions of the equation which we have just solved. Taking another example, which is example 3, when we have minus 3x squared plus 4x equals to 6. So the first step is to compare the equation which we have at hand with our standard form. So we realize that a is equals to minus 3, b is equals to plus 4, and c is equals to 6. Alright, writing out our quadratic formula, the next step is to impute the values of our a, b, and c. B is minus 4, b is 4, which we have written here, and a is minus 3, c is 6. So the next step will be to take the square of 4, which will leave us with 16, and when minus multiplies minus, you have the positive sign here. 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 6 will give us 72, divided by 2 times minus 3, which is minus 6. The next step is to take the square root of 88, which is the sum of 16 and 72. The square root of 88 is 9.381. The next step will be to split this equation into two equal halves. So splitting this equation into two equal halves, the first half will take the positive sign and the second half will take the negative sign. So minus 4 plus 9.381 would leave us with 5.381 divided by minus 6. And when you divide these values, you will have minus 0.8968. So minus 4 minus 9.381 would leave us with minus 13.381, and we'll divide with minus 6. These minus signs will cancel out, and when you divide 13.381 by 6, you will have 2.23. So these are some equations, some quadratic equations for you to try out. You can leave your solutions in the comment section. If there is any part of this video you don't understand, feel free to let me know in the comment section. And if there is any observation, also let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and press the bell icon till we see you again in our next class. Thank you for your rapt attention.